December 1st was when I was first married. I was married for 24 years to two different women. Anyways, all right. So the whole thing with this series about post-divorce is that giving men and maybe some women a little bit of fuel and a little bit of understanding on how to move forward after divorce. Hopefully, maybe some of you who watch this will be like thinking twice before you get married. Around 2001 was when I was first married to my first wife. That was accelerated because she was pregnant. So first of all, my uncle and my dad was talking. It's like, oh, that was the first woman he had ever had sex with, and his chemistry is all screwed up and whatever. Yes, that's why you need to wait until you're married to have intercourse, because intercourse is a chemically induced bonding. People even before me, more wiser, will totally explain to you all the chemistry of how intercourse works. And the more you have intercourse with people, the more your chemistry is going to be really screwed up. Like my uncle, part of his demise was probably because his chemistry was messed up from having multiple partners and also from drug use. So he was just like chemically messed up, and it's sad that his end days didn't end very well, probably because he was messed up chemically. So I'll say intercourse is probably more of a nicer word to use when male and a female get their hearts beating as one, I guess, like that Madonna song says. So December 1st, 2001, I got married the first time to my first wife. I probably said that again. I'm more coming to this vlogging sphere more of from more personal points of view, because there's plenty of people probably vlogging on the science. There's plenty of people vlogging on political things. I've tried it, actually, just the way things work. There's certain people that are able to pontificate their political views, but anyways, I'm not talking about political views right now, which again is something to take into consideration when you're thinking about getting serious with somebody. You probably should have a lot more in common than you have differences. And you probably heard it said, opposites attract, but it's the similarities that will make you bond. So remember that when you're cultivating relationships. But for all practical purposes, I don't want to get too personal with my information, because my daughter may see this, and I don't want her to think less of herself, because a lot of like my mom and dad fighting in front of me, my mom said some brutal things to my dad, and when I'm a witness to the brutality, that probably caused me to think less of myself. And that's probably why my insecurity got me into a lot of problems. Even though I was a Christian for probably 30 years already, probably more. Let's see, maybe 35 years by now. But with that said, yeah, I should have been more secure with my faith, more secure with Christ. But, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. And it's not an excuse, it's an explanation. Because if you got weak flesh, you have to take into consideration your weaknesses when you proceed with different ventures, whatever it is. What comes to mind is the whole thing, like, there's a commercial for gambling, and the slogan for, like, gambling problems is like, know your limit, play within it. So if that's any takeaway, when you are cultivating relationships and even after a divorce, you have to know your limit. You have to stay within it. Stay within your limit. Stay within your bound. Don't try to go above and beyond anything you could handle, because chances are, like for me, it was 2000. I decided to take a trip to Canada. I intended, I'm just going to sleep over. I'm going to see Canada, hang out with this girl. But then the chemicals, the hormones started to engage. Oh my goodness sakes. We started doing everything possible over the clothes. And that was pretty wild. But anyways, I'm not going to even pontificate on that subject, because it's pretty bad what happened after that. But the whole idea is that, like I kind of mentioned it in my last Timothy Dama's YouTube channel, the Tim's Variety Show. I did talk about that a little bit, about how do you expect to go into certain areas of your life and survive? How arrogant do you have to be to think that you could resist certain temptations, resist certain like whatever it is, like if it's a sin, if you have the impulse to steal, why are you going to be in a position to steal? If you have an impulse to drink too much alcohol, why are you going to even be in those situations to mess you over? So, back to the divorce thing. Everything that led up to the divorce. Like the first one, I married somebody that had really bad habits. And their habits overpowered the relationship. Did I think I was going to get out of those habits? No. I mean, there's more details I could get into, but I'm not going to, because they're probably not really exactly appropriate for this vlogging. You need to think with your head. You need to think with, let's say, your brain. When I say head, that could imply something else, and that's the part you don't want to really think with. You need to get out of the lustfulness. You got to get out of those areas that you can't resist. Those temptations, those things that you should know better. You just, look, a pallet. I wonder if this is going to be here later. Ooh, a pallet. I'm going to try to snag it later, maybe. I gotta take a picture of it so I know to come back and get it. Because, I collect pallets too, so. I probably won't remember it, but if I do, because I have one pallet right now. But anyway, so I got distracted. That's like the whole nature of the vlogging thing, is to staying on point. And my point is that I called this day December Fool's Day, because when I first got married, it was everything that wasn't really what I wanted. I mean, for all practical purposes, she wasn't a Christian. To this day, she probably thinks of more metaphysical things about how life works, about like everything is just like See, I'm at a loss for words because I'm trying to be careful with my wording because I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm not trying to defend my behavior. I really just have the heart for people that might be going through what I'm going through right now, or actually I went through twice. So you can feel free to contact me. There's probably ways to contact me somehow. I mean, if you look at my other videos, you might see my contact information at the bottom. If you just need someone to exchange some thoughts with, if you just need somebody to maybe ask some questions. I'm not an expert, so if you really have a complicated situation, I'll let you know, and then you could go to an expert and find out how to proceed with whatever trauma or drama or any pain that you're suffering right now, because it's very important that you get help and you are around a good core set of people that are going to want the best for you, people that aren't biased, because usually family, they have an opinion about stuff that might take your side more than someone that's more neutral to tell you that you're a mess up.